Hey guys, yours truly, Jimmy Williams again, back with another great and informative video. Praying you're all doing well, praying that your families are well, and that you're thriving in business and you're making, great progress. You're expanding into your metamorphosis, like I talked about on the previous videos. And I'm just hoping that you're growing and learning at the same time you're developing. You're becoming more than you ever thought possible. Today, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs really want to know, okay, when it comes to from one level of business to the next. You're tired of making 3 to 5 to 7,000, 10,000 a month. You want to get up there where you're making the high five figures, at least in the middle, 50,000 and above. Hello, okay? We all wanted to know how to make that transition. And I'm starting to see some transitions in my own companies that has allowed me to get there. And I want to share with you how to make $50,000 a month. Listen to this, consistently, without any kind of cogs and problems and issues, on a consistent basis. And I'll even go a step further, on autopilot, okay, on autopilot. So if you'll stick with me for about 10 minutes, I'll go over some things that I've applied in my own business. And I'm gonna tell you all right off the bat, last month, in June, and we traveled to New York. My wife and I were away for a week, and we made $57,000. And that's gross income for one business, from JW Acquisitions. That's one company. We have 8 of them, but that one made 57 grand, and it was pretty much on autopilot. Very little work I had to do because I understood a system. And that's what I'm going to talk to you about today, how to put together a system. That's what it's going to take to really, really, really allow your income to grow and multiply without you having to be the major person in the system. That's what I want to talk about, okay? Well, let me just share my screen really quick. Before I do that, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe. If you see me on YouTube, please click on that little button at the bottom and start following us for our latest videos and content. I appreciate it. And all my other videos and websites and things of that nature, just follow me and just share my information so other people that are looking like you, that are looking for opportunities and looking for ways to prosper and understand business, send them my videos, okay? Because I want everyone to get this content while it's out there and it's all free, all right? Let me just share my screen here. Let me just go over this with you really quick. I think you'll find this very interesting. I got a ton of stuff on my everywhere here. I just, I've been busy all day. But anyway, let me just start here, okay, and get into this and keep this very quick with you. So 5 components that are necessary to earning $50,000 per month on autopilot. And I said yes on autopilot because remember, when you're in business and you start growing, you get to a certain level. At some point, you want to make sure that your system can run without you being there, because anything can happen. You can get sick, someone in your family gets sick, a parent or a sibling, and you have to take off 6 months to go take care of them, or you have a major incident with yourself. You know what I mean? And I caught coronavirus last year in January and had to take off like 3 months. And fortunately, I had a system in place that was already in motion where I was able to still make money. And I had my sales manager and my team was still making calls and bringing in sales. And those things happen. Anything can happen. So that's what we want to talk about. All right, let's get into this, guys. Number one, you must understand the cash flow quadrant. Now, a lot of you probably hear that terminology. You're like, what is that? Well, I'm going to show you what it is really quick. It's something that was created, that was talked about by a gentleman by the name of Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he wrote a book called the Cash Flow Quadrant, okay? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this little thing right over here, okay? There's a big old picture of it right here. All right, so the quadrant is broke down into four different parts, okay? So number one, you have the employee, which is the top left. At the bottom, you have the self-employed person, all right? Many of business owners and entrepreneurs, this is where you are right here. You were an employee for someone else, and you started your own company. You're stuck here, though. You can't break the mold from just being self-employed. And the problem is, when you're here, everything's still reliant on you. If you don't go to work, you don't get paid, right? Your system is all built around you. The leads and everything come directly to you. You have to close all the sales. You have to be the customer service person. You have to be the salesperson, and you're responsible for making your company grow. So you're the CEO, but you're the the sales rep and the customer service rep, and you are the person that posts the ads. So you're the advertiser. You do all these things yourself. All right. And there's a limitation here. You can make a lot of money here, but it's hard to make your business get to autopilot status. Here is where it really changes for you. This is where I am. I'm just starting to get over here. I jumped these two, but now I'm getting over here to where it says big business. business owner. It doesn't say big business, but I like to say business owner. But you're self-employed here because you own a business here, but it's not a big company like a McDonald's or Walmart until you get over here. All right. Or, Papa John's, any of those franchises that people come and they purchase, and those companies are already making money. All right. Subway, all those companies that have a structure, an infrastructure where there's several employees there. You're the owner. They have a manager. They have people that come in there and prep the food, and they got the location, and the advertising is, they don't have to advertise that much because they're a brand, so they know how many people are going to come in and buy sandwiches every week, right? That's a big business. So whether the owner is there or not, pardon me, the owner is still getting paid. All right. They get paid from their business. This is where it's very hard to get here. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. The other way you can make money without your presence is being an investor. You put your money in a pot, you put it in a program, in a system, you invest in businesses, companies, crypto, all these other things you can invest in, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, et cetera, et cetera. You can put money in there, and that money becomes those funds become your employee, basically. They're working for you while you're sleeping. But most people don't have $500,000, $1 million to invest, $2 million to invest, They have very little. So it's best to become a big business and you start owning other businesses, and that's how you're able to make enough money so you can start investing, right? The only thing I'll caution you about with having a big business is make sure you're in a niche that's going to be relevant, because there's sometimes you can get in companies, buy a company, and it becomes obsolete. People don't, it's not the in thing anymore. People stop buying from your company because it's not, on the up and up. It's on a downturn. So you definitely want to get into something like food, the food industry, the travel industry, or in the car business, or in real estate, because real estate, those things are going to always be relevant. All right. So let me tell you how to get here. All right. Here's how we're going to do it. Number 2, you must have a scalable, high ticket product. Now, okay, so you can sell products that are not high ticket. The problem is, or the issue is, unless you're really big like Walmart, or you're a major brand where you can sell thousands and thousands of products that don't cost very much to make pretty good profit, it takes a long time to start making $50,000. Whereas if you have a product that's anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 to buy that product or service, whether it be, I have a lot of digital products, I have a lot of video products that I have, I have consulting products that are high ticket. Okay, my highest ticket, my biggest product is like 15 grand, right? But if you have those, you only need to make about 5 or 10 sales a month, or 5 sales a month to make $50,000. And you have to understand how to scale it. Okay, when I say scalable, you have to be able to get it in front of enough people so they can buy that product multiple times, or more than one person can buy it per month, anywhere from 5 to 10. If you have a product that's $10,000, all you need is 5 sales a month. If you have a product that's $100, you do the math. You got to make so many more sales, because the product is not high ticket. It's low ticket, and it takes more to move that product, unfortunately, right? So it has to be scalable. Now let me talk about scaling, how you're going to do that. Number 3, you must have a great sales and customer service team. Part of scaling is going to be, whenever you do drive the traffic to your website, or whatever you're doing, when you brand yourself, people get their eyeballs on your product. You have to have somebody on the other end to take the sales calls. You have to have good closers, okay, who can close better than you. I keep telling you guys, stop trying to be, the jack of all trades and master of none. Stop trying to, if you're self-employed, the biggest mistake we make is we try to do everything, and we try to do it well as long as we can, but we're not the best at something. Some people are not great salespeople, but you can't tell them that, because they want their company to stay where they can control it. But when you get big, when you start becoming big business, you have to trust other people who can do it better than you. Great salespeople. Some people are really good at selling, but they're horrible customer service people. They want to drive that sale and make that $10,000 sale, but if someone starts complaining and griping at them, they don't want to curse them out, and they don't have the patience to deal with them. Well, this is where you have to develop a strong team. You have to hire people to do this. You have to be willing, I'll tell you right up front, to make $50,000, you have to be willing to pay at least $2,000 to $3,000 a month, sometimes more than that, to hire certain customer service teams. There's certain people you can call, certain companies you can call, and they have 5 or 10 people that are ready to answer phones, but you got to pay them. You got to pay them $500 to sometimes $500 a week, $700 a week, $1,000 a week, just so they can be on standby when you put ads out there, however you advertise, Craigslist, newspapers, whatever. and they'll be on standby to answer the calls and answer questions for clients to keep them happy. All right. So salespeople are just as important as customer service people. Without the sales guys, you don't make money, but when you make that money, you have to keep that customer happy, and that's where customer service comes together. They're both cohesive. Number 4, you must have a highly effective marketing system. Okay. Marketing system. What do I mean by that? The marketing side of things is really the engine to how you make money. If you don't have a way of branding yourself or branding your product and making it attractive for people, and I'm not trying to be facetious here, but if it's not attractive for people to want the product, then they're not going to buy it. So when I say marketing, I'm talking about where do you advertise and what is your message? People know me as the wisdom economics coach because I teach the wisdom side of things when it comes to economics. How to make money with real estate and how to manage your money, how to buy property, no money down. That's the real estate side. Then I talk about business loans and the power of how to get them with bad credit. And when you get them, how do you take that money you make and then you turn around and you invest and make more money? But I have a niche is my point. I have a niche that I drive home as the wisdom economics coach, and I build from that. And then when the traffic comes in, I try to way to capture their email address and continue to send them more and more content. So that's my marketing side of things. So I can tell you right now, I've made probably $500,000 over the last 18 months based on the group of people, the clients that I've built over the last 5 years. I built that client base and they keep buying from me over and over again. Well, if I have the client base through the marketing system, then they would be somewhere else. I have some clients that repeat repetitively, they buy from me over and over again. And it's very repetitious, because they see I have a good product and it works and they keep coming back, but I stay in touch with them and build the value of it. So they'll pay $20,000 and $30,000 for a product that I have. I have some clients that have paid more than that, but that's the most important thing. If you have this part set up, and this can take you, it can take you 6 months to a year to 2 years to really build this effectively. It's not something you do overnight because you're getting out there and people don't know who you are until they begin to see you over and over again. If you see a product that's being marketed over and over again, the more you see it, the more you begin to trust that it's real. And that's what I'm talking about. Repetitious, really good, effective marketing. Sometimes you can do something called what I call guerrilla marketing, where you don't pay that much money, for your advertising, depending on where you are, but your message has to be seamless. Okay. Finally, and I'm closing, you have to have enough capital to run your campaigns and be willing to pay. I didn't put willing here, but be willing to pay high commissions to your team. Let me tell you what I did, to do this. So basically, sometimes when you're low in funds, you got to offer, when you're dealing with salespeople and customer service people, you have to offer them a really big commission if they, call so many calls a week or close a deal. For example, this is a true story. I've had certain people that have worked for me, and one still works for me, one of my assistants. I pay her $500 just to get on the phone and close, one of my older clients. One of my older clients likes one of my products. They're ready to get started, and I make $5,000. I pay her 10%, but that's only one phone call she has to make for the week. Now you tell me what job is out there that you're going to go to where the person is going to make $500 for one call. They're not out there. Okay, that person has to work 10, 20, sometimes 30 hours a week to make $500. Heck, more than that in this economy, right? But those are the kind of things you have to do. My salespeople, they make $1,000 for a referral. One of my products, my insurance products, that I'm involved with my insurance agent, when I advertise and bring in that lead, and they bring me that lead in, whoever the person is, we pay them $1,000 once we close the client. That's one sale. That's one client, and that's how you keep your team motivated. And again, the system will run itself. Once you understand all of these, whether you're there or not, the money's going to come in, the sales are going to come in, the calls are going to come in, the profits are going to keep on flowing. I'm telling you from example, I did it. In closing, my brother-in-law, I went to go see him. I went up to New York to see him for his birthday. We were there for a while, and I'm sitting there talking to him. I said, "Hey man, listen, I got to get on a call real quick." And I got off the call and I made $10,000 on that call. And he said, "What's going on?" I said, "Oh, I just made 10 grand. I said, "I'm up here." He said, "How'd you do it?" I said, "Well, I didn't do it. My team did it." Because when you have systems in place, it's not relying on you. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, get out of the hero mentality, guys. You really have to understand that it's not about you. It's about the team. The more money you can make for the team and for the people around you and bring better products and services to the nation and to the people you are sent to. Build the value and give them more, the more money you're going to make. And it's going to be sweet in the end because everybody wins that way. All right. And you can make more money than $50,000 a month. But I thought I would give you that so you can understand that the basic way to prosper is team. Everyone together. Together, everyone achieves more. Let me say that again. Together, everyone achieves more. No man is an island. No man or woman is an island. You can make a ton of money. You can do all these things. But the thing is, whenever you run out of gas, your system runs out of gas. If you understand these components here, you'll never run out. Okay? That's all I have to say. I got to get on some other calls today, but I wanted to throw this at you just so you have it. And you can put this in your arsenal of tools, okay? And strategies that you have going forward for your business. I want to see you make it and get there to the top with me. We're going to get there together, right? Say it with me again. I'll see you guys at the top. Take care. Bye-bye.